and welcome to the 2025 Veterans Day celebration here at Muleshoe High School. Hey, just a quick reminder, students, good manners, sitting up straight. Thank you. I'm Greg Hill with Muleshoe ISD. On behalf of Mr. Bicknell and all of our staff and students here at Muleshoe High School, it is my pleasure to welcome you here today. We're here to honor those who have served in the military. Students, we hope you learn more about military service and the many sacrifices families and military service members make today. We have many local veterans and military members in our Muleshoe community, and we hope you appreciate their duty and service to our country. Please stand while Mr. Brayton Butler leads us in prayer.
Please bow your heads. Father God, we come to you today thankful. We are blessed with this country, and I ask for a special blessing over these men and women who honor us with their service. Be with us today as we honor our veterans. Thank you, Lord. Amen.
Today, we are honored to have the Air Force Junior Reserve Officer Training Command from Clovis High School present the colors.
Color, 10 up, right, hang, right shoulder, arm, forward, part, left, turn, color guard, hold, present, color,
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance to the American flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now for the Texas flag. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible.
Please stay standing for the national anthem played by Riley Clifton.
Right, haste, forward, march. Color guard, hold, order, arm, left, haste, fall out.
At this time, we would like to recognize several special guests who are in attendance. Muleshoe ISD employees who have served in the military, are currently serving, or have a spouse who has served or is serving in the military, would you please stand? Would all veterans in attendance please stand with their family members? We are incredibly grateful. Thank you for your service and for taking the time out of your day to join us in this celebration. Thank you, guys.
We would like to welcome our Mighty and Band to the stage. They will be performing Ultimate Valor by JaROD Hall. introduce Ms. Thibodeau, MHS U.S. History teacher, to the podium.
The history of Veterans Day, according to History.com. Veterans Day originated as Armistice Day in November 11, 1919, the first anniversary of the World War I. Congress passed a resolution in 1926 for an annual observance, and November 11th became a national holiday in 1938. Unlike Memorial Day, Veterans Day pays tribute to all American veterans, living or dead, but especially honors living veterans who served their country honorably during wartime and peacetime. In 1954, President Dwight D. Eisenhower officially changed the holiday's name from Armistice Day to Veterans Day. Veterans Day commemorates veterans of all wars. On a personal note, I would like to thank every veteran here today for your service. In teaching U.S. history at the high school, my students learn about the courage our military service men and women, especially during time of war. We learn freedoms, rights, and opportunities that they have for today. While learning about our young people began to understand how veterans throughout history have helped make it possible to enjoy their freedoms and opportunities. So again, our history department and myself would like to thank you for your service of our great nation.
For the freedom you fought for, and the flag you stood for the country we cherish, and the people we love, for the bravery you showed, and the fortitude you held, for the days of dedication, and the nights of devotion, for the miles you walked, and the skills you learned, for the months of training, and the years of service, for the memories you carried of the battles you saw, for the legacy of your courage and the honor you deserve. When our nation needed you most, you answered the call. A deep and unshakable sense of allegiance and responsibility. You were bold, you did not hesitate, and you did not walk away. You were gone for holidays, anniversaries, and birthdays, because while we were living in peace and freedom, you were fighting for it. Thank you is not enough. We can't repay you, but we will promise to remember. You are the reason we can sing the land of the free and the home of the brave. You are the heroes among us. You are not forgotten. You are the veterans. We remember your courage, we honor your sacrifice, and we thank you today.
Today we're here honoring our veterans, but I really wonder as students if you realize how much of an impact the military and our veterans have locally. There's many of us on staff and in Muleshoe who are personally affected by the military. My husband is a veteran, 20 years in the Air Force, and for about 16 of those years I served along with him as a spouse in the military. I met my husband in Clovis, after I graduated from Eastern. He was already serving in the military. He had gone to college a couple tries at WT and at South Plains College and realized it wasn't for him. So he decided to enlist in the Air Force. And even though he thought he would get to see the world, his first duty station was in Clovis. But it was actually pretty good for him. He got to still be around his family. He still got to travel across the United States in different places. But he had the unique opportunity to be close and still stay in Muleshoe. When I met him, he was on his way to Korea. And we dated, we married that next summer after we met. And soon after that, we moved to Germany. It was quite the shock for me to leave my hometown in New Mexico and move to a foreign country. I think I spent the first 2 weeks crying because I missed my mom, which at 25, that was, a lot for me. But when we got there, we discovered a new way of life. We spent Christmas in Belgium that first year. We spent Valentine's Day in Paris. Soon we settled into a neat life overseas. We centered it just much like it is in Muleshoe. It's a small town, you know everybody knows your business, and you get to know the people around you. I got a teaching job at the high school in Germany. The United States military operates high schools and schools for children of dependents in the military, and it was an honor for me to serve military children and to teach them. They were used to their parents being gone a lot. They traveled a lot. Their parents were gone at times, and they got to move. Some of you have never experienced that. Some of you have been in the same school for 12 years and have never moved anywhere. These were students who had to move on a regular basis, who were constantly having to meet new people and adapt to new surroundings. It was truly an honor to teach them. During that time, my husband deployed several times. We had planned to come back to the United States after 3 years, but 3 years turned into 10 years, and we loved living in Germany. I gave birth to my son while he was overseas. He has a cool United States Embassy birth certificate. Being part of the military gave my family a unique opportunity that we would not have had otherwise. Had my husband stayed in Muleshoe, had I stayed in New Mexico, we would not have seen the world that we saw and done the things that we've done without the military. Being part of the military gave us unique opportunities. My life as a military spouse is just one story of how the military has affected members of our MHS staff. We have Mrs. Head. If any of you have met Miss Head new this year, she has 2 sons who have served in the military, one currently in Washington State. Ms. Head also has a unique story as she lost her first husband while he was serving in the Philippines a long time ago. And she is very prideful and proud of the military, and she will be one of the most honorable and serving of the military life as you will ever meet. Ms. Hancock has a father who served in the military, and that is how they ended up in this area. They traveled, and he ended up at Cannon Air Force Base as well. Ms. Chavez has a great story about how her sister served in the Air Force and gave her an opportunity to go to school, and she's now earning a degree to go work in corporate America. Today we have Miss Arzola, who's here, whose daughter served in the military and has a great story of how she used those opportunities to go to school. Mrs. Garza is here with her family. Mr. Regal, some of you may be familiar with him. He served in the military. Mr. Alvarado, who's our sub extraordinaire, is very proud to be a retired member of the Marine Corps. So there are people in our community who have served, who are honored to be part of the military family. Today we are going to show you a video that showcases several people that have served in the military from Muleshoe High School. One of them being Sebastian Stiles. Sebastian graduated from Muleshoe in 2020. He is the son of Miss Tommy Stiles, who's a teacher, assistant principal at Dillman Elementary. And Sebastian sent us a few words to share with us today.
I'm Ernesto Stiles. I'm a graduate from Muleshoe High School. Today, I'm joined by A1C McGuire and Airman Wrinkle. They're going to be asking me some questions today.
So where are you stationed and what is your MOS?
So my MOS, or job, or AFSC, is 4-0, which is Aerospace Medical Service. And I'm stationed at Keesler Air Force Base in Mississippi.
So what does your job do?
So my job, you can think of it as basically like a nurse or like a paramedic or EMT.
So what are some of the things you do on a day-to-day basis?
On a day-to-day basis, we'll be doing, you could end up doing combat care, you could just do nursing in a clinic, a lot of stuff like blood work or IVs. You do a lot as a 4-L.
Can you describe how your training has gone and what it has been like?
So my training has been, I wouldn't say long, but they make sure that you know what you're doing. So that's really good. The Air Force really prepares you for your job and sets you up for success.
Of course.
So I joined the Air Force for a chance to further my education through the many of the opportunities that Air Force, many of the armed branches offer for schooling, and also to become a better person.
What recommendation would you give a young person interested in joining the Air Force?
I would start talking to recruiters now as soon as you could, but make sure you know what you're going for. Do some studying. So the most rewarding things about the Air Force, I got to meet a lot of great people. I've gotten to travel a lot, and I've gotten to learn a lot of new skills I wouldn't have been able to learn as a civilian, especially in the short amount of time you're able to obtain certificates that normally take months as a civilian.
What is the most challenging part of your experience in the Air Force?
The most difficult part of being in the Air Force is definitely being separated from my family. I miss them greatly, but they understand the mission, and I have to just keep pushing forward. Thank you for your time, Muleshoe ISD.
Let's give Sebastian a round of applause. Sebastian is an excellent example of how he is using the military to further his life and his career. Today, as we honor our local veterans and showcase several MHS veterans and graduates in our next video presentation, I hope that you all begin to think about your future and maybe consider a life of service in the military. It's not for everybody, and life is not easy if you choose that route. But for several of you, it could open a door that you never know you could walk through. The military not only offers a job and a livelihood, but it offers opportunities beyond your wildest dreams and a chance to be part of something bigger than yourself. You see, the military molded me as a wife, a teacher, a mom, and it has done the same for many MHS graduates. Please give your attention to the screen as we honor the many MHS graduates who came before you and have served our country.
Good morning, everyone. Today we gather to honor the men and women who have served in the United States Armed Forces. Veterans Day is more than just a holiday. It's a day of gratitude and remembrance.
Veterans Day began as Armistice Day on November 11, 1919, the first anniversary of the end of World War I. It was meant to honor the soldiers who fought to bring peace after a terrible war.
But after World War II and the Korean War, millions more Americans had served in uniform. In 1954, Congress changed the name from Armistice Day to Veterans Day to honor all who have served in every war and in peacetime too.
Unlike Memorial Day, which honors those who gave their lives in service, Veterans Day celebrates all veterans, living and deceased, for their commitment and sacrifice to our country.
There are over 18 million veterans in the United States today. They've served in times of war and peace around the world and at home. Some are our teachers, parents, neighbors, and even classmates.
Veterans have shown courage, strength, and dedication. Many faced danger so that we could live in freedom and safety.
Some came home with medals, others came home quietly, but all of them came home with stories of service and sacrifice that deserves to be remembered.
So today, we take a moment to say thank you to every veteran, past and present, for protecting the freedoms we sometimes take for granted.
Let us all remember, freedom is never free. It is earned and preserved by the bravery of those who serve.
Thank
you,
veterans. From History.com, we learned the origins of taps, the distinctive bugle melody played at U.S. military funerals and memorials, and as a lights out signal to soldiers at night, date back to the American Civil War. Dissatisfied with the standard bugle call employed by the Army to indicate to troops it was time to go to sleep, Butterfield reworked an existing bugle call used to signal the end of the day, and it quickly spread throughout the Army. Not long after Butterfield created taps, it was played for the first time at a military funeral. As for the name taps, the most likely explanation is that the lights out call was followed by 3 drum beats, dubbed simply taps. When Butterfield call replaced the drum beats, soldiers referred to it as taps. Since then, taps has also been formally recognized as part of the U.S. military funerals. To our veterans, our service members of all ages who have engaged in combat, stability, and humanitarian operations, we honor you. To those service members who paid the ultimate price or are still missing or unaccounted for, we honor you by remembering the sacrifices you and your families made for our great nation. Thank you. At this time, please rise for a moment of silence for our fallen veterans as Mr. Ben Stefano plays taps.
Thank you, Mr. Stefano. Also, we would like to thank the Clovis Junior ROTC program again for coming today. This concludes our Veterans Day celebration. I would like to thank everyone who participated in our program today. Most importantly, thank our veterans and their families for honoring us with your love and sacrifice for our country. Veterans, you and your families are invited to a reception in the Commons area outside the auditorium. Thank you for coming and for serving our country. Please follow our student leaders at this time, and they'll take you out that direction. Students, if you will please have a seat, and we will go from there in a second.